Let's go to the other series, shall we? After game one, Houston crushed Utah. I think a lot of people expected the Jazz to be down 2 games at this point. That didn't happen. So how did Utah get it done in game 2?
Well, they exploited the defense of the Houston Rockets. I thought they got a little comfortable. They stopped respecting the Jazz. And we're going to go to the tape, and I'm going to show you a few different situations and reasons
Throw
why
it, Kathy.
they have to get better on the defensive end. Now, the Jazz are doing a good job of driving the switches. They switch a lot of pick and rolls. They switch a lot of actions. They switch this right here. Now, you're thinking they're in good enough position to be able to play defense, but that's Ryan Anderson there. Everybody likes to drive him. And also, that's Chris Paul guarding a 6'10" Derek Favors. Advantage Utah Jazz. Throw it up and let them finish. They have to be better in those positions. Now we got the aforementioned big-time Donovan Mitchell. He gets a switch. Now they're in good positions as well to be able to make a good play to keep him from getting a layup. And guess what? They do keep him from getting a layup, but he comes to the paint. There's 4 guys trying to guard him. Well, guess what? We always know baseline drive, baseline drift. This guy is naked in the corner for a 3-point shot. Dante Exum
Bucket.
knocks it down.
Make it.
Defense is leaking. Now, the Jazz make an adjustment. They start to slip the screens. When you slip the screens, there's bad communication. Look right here. They got 2 guys that go to the ball. They do a good job in this series of keeping the guys at the boxes, taking away 3-point corner shots. No team wants to give up the corners in a 3-pointer. But you have a dynamic roller and Rudy Gobert. He's going to get himself in front of the rim, and Donovan Mitchell makes a great pass to get him a dunk, get him a layup. Now we look at him right here, slips out of the screen again. Now Capella's saying, no, I don't want to give up this lob. I'm going to wait, but he's also not committing to take Donovan away from a layup. Donovan does a good job. Chris Paul has to come down and tag Gobert. But he also is guarding the best 3-point shooter on the team in Joe Ingles. So Chris Paul does his job, runs him off of the 3-point line, but guess what? Gives up a uncontested layup. So you can't give up everything. You can't give up threes, lobs, uncontested layups. You have to make a stand somewhere, and I think they got hit on the chin for a little bit, the Houston Rockets. They'll get back on tonight, tighten up their defense, look at some of these situations, and they'll come back and be a better defensive team.
The Jazz are giving them a taste of their own medicine. I mean, they're coming off pick and rolls, driving and kicking, hitting guys for wide open threes, and they're doing it better than them right now. So, you know, Houston got to get it together defensively if they want to get back in the series.
Time to take a look at tonight's storyline, brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors. Chris Paul's averaging 6 assists in the postseason, but in the Game 2 loss, he only had 3. What do you need to see from him tonight?
We saw the experiment work during the regular season of CP3 and James Harden. I wanted to see what would happen in playoff situations, the last 5 minutes of close basketball games, if they were sharing or they were taking turns. When I look at the game, they were taking turns. This is why Chris Paul ended up with 3 assists, because the Utah Jazz, you did a great breakdown, they also forced them into isolation. And I know you're going to say they've been doing that all year, but it's different in the playoffs because the defense can load up, boxes and elbows, try to force the player to his weak hand. Look at these rebounds. They're all uncontested. Each time the Houston Rockets were shooting the ball, it's 1 shot and we're gone. So Utah did a really good job of that. Chris Paul had to continue to be aggressive, but play make for himself and for others.
I think when Chris is being aggressive, he's worrying about everybody else. You know, he's worrying about everybody else. You've seen it on the tape right there. He's taking 2-point mid-range jump shots. That's not what the Houston Rockets want. They want drive and kick, layups, free throws, and threes.
But that's who Chris is.
That's just what it is.
That's his strength.
Correct.
You know, getting to the mid-range. You know, he has to go out there and just be aggressive tonight. He has to make plays for himself and others. That's when he's at his best, when he's driving, getting to the hole, finding guys for corner threes, and he has to start looking for that shot more. That's his bread and butter right there.
It is.
Getting to the mid-range. Forget the analytics. Throw all the analytics out the window. This is playoffs. This is win now. If that's the best shot in the office that you're going to get for Chris Paul, he has to take that shot because that's his shot.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you can say throughout the analytics, Daryl Morey. He's not going to like that.